Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 450. Drew, halfway to 900.
Oh my God.
For comics originally releasing on April 11th, 2018. This is where Drew and myself will slide through everything coming out in your local comic book shops. This coming Wednesday, we will tell you what to pick up, what to save, what to put in a short box, and what you are going to pay off your house in 10 years with. Drew, before we get into what's coming out in those comic book shops, we got some preliminary numbers, some other kinds of stuff, and everything else in the world of comics. What's going on?
It's been a long time since we've got a review.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Has anybody taken the time out of their very busy days to give a little back to Drew and Kyle with a review on iTunes?
That's me blowing the dust off of the iTunes review, and I found a new one written on March 27th by
Ricky. Checked.
I wasn't here last week. By Ricky Slider, and it says, "Keep up the good work. Thanks." Straight to the point, rocked it, gave us 5 stars, and Ricky Slider, we thank you so very much. Of course, all of those things help the algorithms, move us up the podcasting ranks, makes us a little more relevant, and maybe next year, C2E2 will respect us enough to let us come.
Yeah. And not put us on a wait list?
Yeah, we got the slow no.
Drew and Kyle don't do no wait list.
Oh no, we move on.
We VIP or nothing.
We a strong, independent podcast, and we don't need no man.
That's cool. Thank you, Ricky Slider. It turns out that some people say that the iTunes reviews actually don't help. Oh. I have been told that it's subscribers who help you rise through the ranks. So the more subscribers you have, the higher you come into the algorithm of iTunes. Or maybe it's a combination of the two. So I don't think we've ever asked for subscribers, but I'm sure you subscribe so it just pops into your...
Is this where I turn into the YouTuber and I go, and smash that subscribe button, make sure you hit the activation bell so you can know as soon as we upload a new podcast.
Comments, questions, we'll take them.
That's right.
Okay, we can't do that anymore. We got to stop that. If you don't subscribe, if you just go check every once in a while or whatever, subscribe.
I'm subscribed. Y'all better too.
Yeah.
Are you even subscribed? Do you know how to do that?
I know how to hit subscribe.
Okay, just checking.
Jeez.
No, it was a question.
It's a terrible question.
Sorry.
It's a leading question.
You know,
it's a loaded
like the way
question.
you're talking to me. I'm unsubscribing.
Oh, we just fell off the list.
Yeah.
Horror Comic Can commented. Horror Comic Can.
Okay.
That's the guy's name. His handle. Welcome to Instagram. Love your show. Definitely one of my favorite podcasts for the last 2 or 3 years. Wow. That's a good run.
Nice.
We'll take that.
Love it. Awesome.
And yes, we are on Instagram at /comics for fun and profit. We trucking along, adding to our followers, and we appreciate that. I think we're pushing towards 200 there.
Almost caught up with The Rock. Very good.
Yeah, doing pretty good. We're right there. We're also on Twitter at /comics fun profit, and on Facebook /comics for fun and profit. So I couldn't get comics for fun and profit as a Twitter handle, but you know,
at the time it made sense when you have a character limit to cut out any nuance. But now that it's 280, we just look like we can't do things the same.
I think I was limited. You're limited by your handle. There is a handle limitation, so I had to do the best I could. I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, so thanks for the welcome. Instagram has been fun. Not the pit of horror that Twitter is or can be. So yeah, it seems like a more loving community.
How many Instagram models does Comics for Fun and Profit follow?
Oh, a lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to convert them all. One loving heart at a time.
I like it.
Yep. Aaron Churchill writes, I'm excited for C2E2. Had a quick question. Remember you talking about con exclusives. I have no idea about those or where I would go about getting them. Well, C2E2 is going on as you listen to this, and we are not there. Wah, wah, we're sad.
I'm going to take the hit on that one.
We'll go again in the future to some. Eric from Cowabunga and James are over there holding down the fort for us. And Aaron Churchill, one of our listeners, is going to be there. He asks, can you tell me where you get those? I guess I can ask at the con, but I thought I could reach out as an excuse to say hello. I'm going to be there all 3 days with my daughter. She's 4. And he sent a picture of his beautiful daughter and they're in matching T-shirts in case I could find them, but of course I'm not going, so I won't be able to. So one things I already sent him a link to the list of exclusives on the website. You can also download C2E2's Read Pop app, and I think you can click on exclusives there. Mm-hmm. One of the ones that jumped out to me was the foil Batman Joel Jones. Yeah, the wedding cover.
Yeah.
There's a foil version of that that looks really sweet.
$15 run there. They'll probably cap you at 2. Just grab 2. They were that kind of thing's a quick flip.
I think that's the one that's going to be hot, but you never know.
That Deathstroke one might be a 2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk on that Deathstroke series.
While you're there, if you got your Wi-Fi, pull out eBay, hit C2E2 2018 exclusive in your search and see what's popping.
Yeah.
Because fools will have gotten them early and put them up, or knew they were going to get them and put them up. So sometimes they're up already. So you can find out which ones the hot ones are, because you can spend a ton of money there. He also says that Joelle Jones is doing a print of her cover, limited to 100 of those, and they're going to be $40 each. I don't do a lot of prints. That sounds kind of nice, and you get to talk to Joelle Jones to get it, so that's bonus icing right there.
Yeah, I know. Last year I went right to Image's booth. They have usually some common exclusives that I made sure I grabbed, and then there's the limited foil ones that they only put out a couple hundred each day on those. Make sure you get those as well. Had I been going, I think Greg Horn had a limited C2E2 set of that Batman Who Laughs print that he did, that he was going to have exclusively there. I didn't check, since I wasn't going to be there, I didn't check the heat on that. I know his initial run of it without the C2E2 version blew out of here, and that might be something good to look for. But
that a-hole charges to sign.
If you buy something from him, he'll sign it. But if you just want him to sign a comic that you exclusively have, he will gouge you.
Yes, as Kyle knows. Didn't I end up buying a couple of comics, and he signed them for less than what you provided comics?
If you buy from him, he'll sign them because you bought something. But if you just have stuff that you've already purchased, he will charge you for signatures. He was one of the very few that does it, and
him and Neil Adams. Neil Adams is
Neil Adams.
Gouger.
I get it.
Why?
He's he created the industry. He can kind of do his own thing, and I'm cool with that.
Grah.
Rawr.
I don't know. Okay, but I hope you have a great time at C2E2, and enjoy yourself and try to. Hopefully, your daughter doesn't get bored in Artist Alley, but that's where the fun stuff happens. But there's lots of cool stuff for kids going on there too. There's
and remember,
fun zones.
It's okay to hang out with the cosplayers. You don't have to be like Drew and just curse them at everything because they're in his way.
Well, they don't let you touch them anymore, so get out of my way. If I can't touch you, then just if cosplay isn't consent anymore,
cosplay is not consent.
Forget it. Michael Lamb says, I think the print run is supposed to be for ASM 798 is supposed to be 300,000. Slott definitely going out on a high note with his last Spidey story. Yes, we have some news of that coming up. That's a good call. And yeah, that's a lot. That's a bunch.
But still get him. Don't miss him. Just get him anyways.
He also says that Thor starts over in June with Jason Aaron again. Still writing. So that's kind of dumb, right?
No.
Why are we relaunching Thor again?
Because now it's not Jane Foster Thor. Now, is he still unworthy Thor?
He's got an axe and maybe a hammer on the cover. I can't really tell.
He's dual wielding Thor.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've essentially got a new main character. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a relaunch at that. It's not like your numbering convention ever mattered, anyways.
True. Yeah. I guess you're right there. I'm trying to drop something into the Slack and I can't. But he also has an advanced look at Spidey 0801.
That's a weird looking cover. It's all red and it's got the grouping with the shadow thing. It's compared to the Alex Ross covers, it's a very subdued cover.
Well, he's looking at it. He's reading into it. Michael Lamb says, "Do we think Spidey dies?"
No, but it seems something somber is going to happen and something a little less brash because, like with all the Alex Ross ones and the current ones, they're giving you kind of the big splash cover of the big fight and the big action that's happening. In this one, you're getting something fairly generic.
Yeah.
What are you hiding, 801?
Well, yeah, I read the latest Spidey for check out Red Goblin and
spoiler alert, Red Goblin.
I was totally underwhelmed.
Oh yeah, a lot of people were impressed.
Oh man, maybe I'm just jaded.
Then flip yours quickly.
I gotta get rid of them before I just don't. I was just like, oh, it's just a Green Goblin, but
before he pulls a Thanos Silver Surfer.
It's something I won't spoil. But yeah, it's underwhelming for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope. We're happy for that. We're happy. That's kind of cool. Oh, I missed part of Aaron Churchill's message. He said, I also have copies of the latest Batman with the Catwoman dress and the Batman tux, thanks to you. I'm ready to get mine signed by Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
Good call.
Mrs. Jones.
So, yeah, he's saying $300,000 on $798. We're hearing Spider-Man 800 is already at $300,000, and it's still plenty of time to go on those pre-orders to come in, so that could be even more. Action Comics 1000, we're hearing $500,000 on. And those are both over $6 books.
Yeah.
And then we have another early look at DC Nation, the 25-cent kind of precursor with the first Bendis DC work, and it's supposed to pre-order over 1 million.
We'll never know, though.
We'll never know.
They'll never give us the numbers because it's under $1.
Yeah. So it's kind of neat, right?
Sure.
Still, it's a cool number, even though
absolutely
we don't really acknowledge it. But the action counts. That's 500,000 is pretty big.
Yeah. But like you're hitting 1,000. That's fine. Print as many as you want. It's all good. You're doing 10 covers. That one I get.
What do you not get then?
Some of these numbers were like, why are we 300,000 for this weird Spider-Man book or things? But like 1,000, the first book to really reach 1,000. Yeah, print all kinds of covers. Everybody should be in on this because
more than a speculator thing is what you're saying.
Yeah,
I gotcha. That's cool. We do have some numbers for March.
Before we get into that, I was visiting Chicago last weekend. I took our boy Wolf Warner's advice. I picked up, hit a little comic book shop in at the Loyola campus in downtown Chicago. Picked up some Moon Knight, or some Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. He had some of the issue 28s with a hot one, and then issue 29. So
the Omnipotentus first appearance.
Yeah, he had 2 of them in really good condition. I picked up 2 of those. I picked up a 29. So I'm gonna put those up real quick and see if I can make some money because numbers are high on those.
That's pretty fortuitous. They were in the bins.
Yeah, he had them on the rack as last month.
Oh, that's amazing. So those dumb Loyola kids were too busy cheering on with Sister Jean and weren't at the comic shop like they should have been.
Exactly.
How was the shop?
Very small. Just new stuff. Nothing really old to dig through, but it was a neat little thing, and it was nice to.
What'd you say it was
on
called?
vacation? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Wow. Unnamed comic shop.
Unnamed comic shop.
Near Loyola campus in Chicago.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Just right beside the bookstore. Downtown.
Sweet. Anything else before I pivot to the March preliminary?
No, sorry, just wanted to touch on that.
No, it's cool.
Tell Wolf thanks for the heads up on those ones as well. So.
You didn't officially put it on my carefully crafted rundown of what the show is going to be, so you threw off my perfectly
I love to throw you a curveball and make sure you are on your toes, sir.
Let's see. Comics overall from March or versus February are up 2.9%, but February sucked. So they were up 3% in dollars, 4% in units. Trades, graphic novels up 5% dollars, 4% units. So slight uptick, but a really crappy month to compare it to. Now, March 2018 versus last year's March, comics are down 13% in dollars and about 12% in units. Trades are down 22% in dollars and 25% in units. So awful. Year to date of 2018 versus 2017, it's about a wash in comics. So we're about even, and but trades are down 13% and in units and dollars. So something's going on the trade side. Could be a lot of those image hiatuses and things happening. Not a lot of trades coming out. Could be any number of reasons for that. Now we have the first quarter of this year versus the fourth quarter of last year, and of course the fourth quarter is going to be much better. It's going to be more cool stuff that people are clamoring for. So we're down 8% on comics, 20% in trades. Kind of a bummer. But so March
nowhere to go from here but up.
Nowhere to go but up. Marvel wins the month in dollars with 35%, dollars and units at 38%. DC comes in second place with 31% dollars, 35% units.
DC's going to be in trouble here with no metal.
No metal.
Everything. So.
Yeah, that's true. That could hurt them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's really nothing in the wings, is there?
Mm-mm.
Unless, yeah, it could be. Image at their standard 11% hold on the dollar and unit share, so right around there they're consistently third. Then we have IDW at 4%, Boom at 2.5%, Dark Horse 2%, Dynamite almost 2%, Viz, Oni, Valiant around 1%, and then everybody else makes up that last 8% of the thing.
Very cool.
Now, as we slide down to the top 10, our top seller is Dark Knight's Metal number 6. We have Doomsday Clock number 4 in second place. We have a Red Goblin appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 797, or what we thought we were going to get. It didn't actually. Yeah. So it sold a lot. Weapon H number 1's debut hits fourth place. Batman 42 is in fifth place. Mighty Thor 705 in sixth place. Infinity Countdown number 1 takes the 7th spot. Batman 43 comes in a couple below Batman 42. They're usually side by side, but this one's down at 8. Oblivion Song debuts at rank 9 by Kirkman, and Batman White Knight takes this number 6 takes the 6th spot. So I'm guessing Walking Dead's right there at 11.
There you go. That's how it normally works.
So what do we think those numbers are?
Top 2 are over 100,000. The rest are not. Doomsday Clock's going to be about 140 or 130. Metal's 140.
And you're basing that on 5 and Three's performance.
Yep.
And the fact they don't lose that much. So no way 100,000 on Amazing 797.
There is a way. I am calling it a no.
Because it did come out at the beginning of the month, so it was a full month plus all the reorder activity.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Will they count that together?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're probably right. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna agree with you.
You're not gonna grab that third one to be different?
Yeah. Okay. I'll take it to be wrong.
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
Now, when we look at the dollar breakdown to the top 10, it's pretty close. The only difference is Daredevil 600 takes the 6th spot, and Walking Dead pops in at the 8th spot of the top books by dollars because it's a $3.99 book now. I don't know how that makes. I don't know how that works because. Okay, so Walking Dead 177 is at rank 8 in dollars, and Oblivion Song is at rank 9, and it says it's a $3.99 book unless it's a $2.99 book. Is that possible?
It depends. There was a cover B for Walking Dead, so I don't know how that's working or if it's relevant or not.
I don't. But okay, but how would it leap Oblivion Song when it wasn't on the sales unit list? How would it be 2 above? Because Oblivion Song's down at 10. Walking Dead 177 is at 8. This is in dollars, but Walking Dead's not on the unit top 10. So how does that work? They're the same price.
Beats me. That's a weird one.
No. I was thinking those $200 versions of Oblivion Song, but no.
Yeah, that would have been different, and that would have been the opposite.
I don't understand that. That's confusing.
Fuzzy numbers, Diamond, fuzzy numbers.
But that Daredevil 600 was a $6 book, so that makes sense why it creeped up in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got on the top trades list. New Walking Dead volume tops the list. I'm guessing 15 to 20,000 there. Green Lantern Earth 1 original hardcover. That should do pretty well. Those have been very well received. Then we've got some Rebirth trades, Flash Volume 5, Super Sons Volume 2, then Realm.
Realm's cool to see up there.
Yeah, is that the who's that? Justin Jordan?
Yeah. Shooting.
No.
There you go.
No, I don't think so. I can't remember who that is. I didn't even know it had 6 issues out, or 5 issues, however many's in there. Then a Black Science, then the Last Invincible trade, then a Batman and Harley Quinn hardcover, then Port of Earth, nice to see that, and a Saga Volume 8, which is the latest, but not a new one.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Realm's the one that was by Seth Peck with Jeremy Hahn on art.
Jeremy Hahn, okay, that's it.
Yep, that's where you got that.
Let's see, DC shipped 84 comics, 35 trades for a total of 119 items shipped. Marvel shipped 81 comics and 33 trades for 114, and that's why there's not a lot of shelf space for everybody else. Image did pretty good. They have 57 comics and 13 trades shipped for a total of 70. IDW did 40 and 18 for a total of 58. And then Boom at 34 items shipped, 25 of them comics. Dark Horse did 12 and 14. Man, Dark Horse, Jesus. Dynamite 15 and 8. Valiant 7 and 3. Viz just shipped trades. Oni did 4 comics and 4 trades to make the list. That's pretty paltry. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got Dynamite and Boom on the list right there, sandwiching Dark Horse, and that's probably one of the reasons why they're on the premier publisher list now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, It's kind of interesting. That's pretty neat.
Definitely.
All right. What we got next? We got a FOC. Eric, even though he's at C2E2, even though he's at C2E2, he took the time to send us the FOC list, and we want to take a quick look at that, see what kind of stuff is on here. I always love this thing, but I get confused because I forget what I've already ordered and what I want to pump my orders up on. So I know I've ordered Batman 46, both versions. I'm just not sure if I want to get them both in the DC section. And now that we're closer, we could take a look at some of those covers that might be out to see if they'd be of interest. I don't remember, were all the DC Nation Zero issues various covers shown in previews when it came out? I don't remember that.
I don't believe so.
So that might be something to look into. As we go down, and if anything's in DC that strikes your fancy, let me know. But I'm going to shoot down to Image real quick. It's kind of where I tend to spend a lot of my moolah. There's a Virgin cover of Black Science 35 I'm thinking about adding copies of Death or Glory, all three covers, to have another set of those. There is a 4-issue set of Spawn 285. These are Matina covers. So I was going to get A, B, and C plus the D Virgin cover. I was thinking about adding that. Sounds kind of cool. Checking how many of the Sienkiewicz cover Bs Walking Dead I have coming. Make sure I have enough.
You've been getting 3 on all of those, haven't you?
I think I've been getting 3, yeah. I'll have to double check and see if that's what's been coming in. Let's see.
Thanos says, "Do you need a 4th print of anything?"
I don't think I'm going to do 4th print, but I'm thinking about the Thanos 18 second print. And I was also thinking about the Amazing Spider-Man 798 second print.
Yeah.
What do you think about those?
I haven't seen a cover if it's anything, but it's probably worth picking up. I don't think you'll lose money on any of those.
Yeah. There's a, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I want any of those. The Christopher action figure variants always intrigue me, and sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. I like to know who the action figure is, and I usually don't during pre-order cycle. So now it's kind of a good opportunity to hop in and check those out. I did not do that, and I need to check out and see who the action figure is. Not much heat on the X-Men Gold with their wedding stuff going on, so that was kind of a miss for me. I was kind of thinking, it was, so I started hopping in on those. Oops. But maybe it'll pick up as when it actually happens. Speaking of weddings, do you think something's going to happen to derail the Bat-Cat wedding, or is it going to happen?
No, I don't think we want to see middle-aged married Batman, so something's going to happen.
I'm going to be kind of bummed if that happens.
Oh, yeah?
Well, that doesn't give me enough time to flip everything.
True.
So from a purely selfish standpoint, I need the wedding to happen and them exist married for an arc.
I can see them going on a honeymoon first.
And then it's over.
I mean, I'm not a writer here to tell you exactly what's going on, but, I'm sure this will bring the Joker out.
But, yeah, I just, if the wedding doesn't go off, all my wedding copies and pre-wedding stuff and proposal comics are all kind of going to lose their luster.
A little bit. Still be a neat little spot in time. I mean,
yeah, but I don't care about spots in time. I care about quiche. Let's see. No. I don't see anything else really.
Nothing jumped out at me.
I'll do a deep dive on those DC covers and some of those Marvel second print covers to see what they look like compared to the originals, and then some of those DC B covers that we didn't see if any of those pop and look cool. But yeah, a handful of stuff. Not as much as I bought last week. Man, I bought.
You had a good week last week.
Almost 10 things out of it last week. I don't remember there being a Southern Bastards cover B solicited. Was there?
Couldn't tell you on that one.
So now there is. So I need to check and see if I've got that coming in. So that they don't come out as often as I'd like.
Southern Bastard in general, or just the cover B?
They don't do cover Bs that often, I don't think.
No. Normally it's for a specialty thing.
Yeah. So there's some good stuff. Again, FOC final order cutoff comes out every week. It's finalized on Fridays, and most comic shops have to have their orders in by noon on Mondays. So if you have an LCS that participates, and they should, you need to make sure you get your order into them pretty early on Monday or Sunday if they're open. Otherwise, you're going to miss the boat. Now, the cool thing about FOCs too is you can always reduce your order, so you can find out that this Nightwing is so bad, and it's not getting any better. They're changing creators, and it's still a piece of garbage. So I don't want to pull this anymore. Well, they can reduce that. They could reduce Nightwing 44 off your pull, and not cost them anything, and you wouldn't be on the hook to buy something you didn't want. So I hate to use Nightwing as
I was getting ready to get mad about that
example, but it has been pretty crappy.
Yeah,
lately.
I can't argue.
And of course, if you don't have an LCS that participates and you want to dabble in the FOC, hook up with Eric on Cowabunga. A variety of ways. Cowabunga with a K. Find him on Facebook or send him an email. orders@cowabungacomics.com, and he will hook you up. Maybe not this weekend since he's in Z2E2, but normally.
Yeah. Most of the other time.
Most of the time.
All right, Drew, anything else after the FOC?
I think that'll do it.
All right, Drew, let's head over to previewsworld.com. We're going to click on new releases, and we're going to see what's coming out in your local comic book shops. April 11th, 2018. I'm going to click the table view. And Drew, let's start where we always like to start, with a boom.
Always for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Got Dodge City #2. This, of course, is the fantastic dodgeball manga-ish type of book that's out that I like the first issue a lot of. And,
so you so far in the last 6 months, you have dabbled in a fencing book,
yes,
a dodgeball book,
yes,
and a roller derby book.
Yes. Is that weird? Right?
That is very weird.
Right. I know. I don't get it.
Nothing wrong with it. Just seems obscure to me.
It doesn't seem like my wheelhouse, right?
Not at all.
Well, I'm a Renaissance man. I branched out and was rewarded for it with a fun little book.
Very cool.
What do we think about RoboCop Citizen's Arrest #1? It's a Brian Wood written book.
Brian Wood, yeah.
So that's kind of good. Of course, there's good Brian Wood and bad Brian Wood. I'm a big RoboCop fan. I don't know about you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I love the first movie very much. It was great. I probably watched it 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I would buy that for $1. It's pretty. I don't know. There's
been so many of these that have been so meh.
Yeah, they've all been kind of meh. So why would this be any different? And Definitely no spec value on it.
Correct.
Moving on.
Let's head on to Dark Horse.
I'm going to take a wild guess that there's not much here. Oh, we got a new Resident Alien.
Look at the joy in here.
Yeah. I love Resident Alien so much. And so we've got a new volume. This has a subtitle, but they don't have the subtitle listed. I can't remember what it is, like Alien in the City or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, I'm glad it's out. That's cool. They do these series of miniseries instead of it's not constant relaunches because they all have a different subtitle, but it is they would be like on 20 by now if they didn't do these series of miniseries with the long 6 month breaks between them. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you consider that cheating or not, but yeah, it's a really good read, fun. I don't think it has any value. The first appearance of Resident Alien, I think, was in one of those anthologies. Do you remember the Dark Horse Presents?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's where the money is. If you pick up those, but otherwise, I think that the first Resident Alien really isn't his first appearance, so it's not even worth that much.
Gotcha. All right, let's head on down and see what DC has for us.
Are you liking these Batgirl B covers? Because they've been getting some good artists on here. They're pretty fun.
The Birds of Prey?
Yeah. Well, I guess I forgot. Batgirl has the Josh Middleton. Mm-hmm. But this Batgirl's Birds of Prey B cover is pretty nice, too.
Very cool.
What's that guy's name? You want to pronounce that one for me?
Sure, I'll take a look at that. Carmine Shirahama.
Shirahama, okay.
Shirahama.
Got a really cool cover of Detective 978 by Raphael Albuquerque. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Strong work. Eternity Girl, you reading that, sir?
No. And we have your boy, James Tynion IV, doing The Immortal Men with Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Is that a Jim Lee cover? I don't think so. Doesn't look Lee-ish enough. So The Immortal Men, let's see, what is this? There is a secret history to the DC universe of heroes who have protected humanity from the shadows since the dawn of time, and who can live forever. Enter the Immortal Men. The team, headed by the Immortal Man, has waged a secret war against the House of Conquest for countless years, but Conquest has dealt a devastating blow. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to finish this. I don't want to finish the solicit, so I'm not interested in this. Sounds terrible.
It doesn't sound great, that's for sure.
It doesn't sound great. And you're a Tynion man.
Yeah. Yep.
A Tynion man. My beloved Scooby Apocalypse. I'd like to say the storyline is heating up, but they've been at the same damn mall for like 10 issues, so it hasn't really gone very far. Why am I still reading it? I don't know. I can't help myself.
It's a wicked looking Boomerang cover on that Suicide Squad B.
Oh, that is cool.
Supergirl 20 art germ cover B.
Last one.
Yep.
Last art germ.
So nice. Man, just pick it up. Even if you don't have any of the other ones, just get it.
I have holes in my art germ run.
Yeah.
I'm bummed about it.
And, of course, Wonder Woman Frizen on the cover B's of those as well.
Always a big fan of Frizen cover. That's a really nice one, too.
Yeah.
She did a good job.
Anything else? Do we care about Mad Magazine #1?
What is it?
In
the Mad Magazine?
Yeah.
They're
Written by
relaunching?
the Usual Gang of Idiots with art by the Usual Gang of Idiots. In our first issue since number 550, we serve up a fresh helping of funny for spring. Don't miss it.
I don't think I knew that DC owned Mad Magazine. I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How much do they want for one?
$6.
Nah. They aren't. I don't know. Do they hold up? They still funny? Like they used to be? Did you even read them when you were a kid?
I used to get them from the library.
Yeah, I used to think they were funny, but I was very young.
All right, I'm going to read us an article from comicbook.com, if you'd like. Mad Magazine will be rebooting with a new number one and a new look when it comes to California later this year. DC co-publisher Dan DiDio revealed, whenever this article was written, on his Facebook page, Mad Magazine 550 that's on sale will mark the final issue of the current volume of the magazine, which launched in 1952 before being taken over by DC after EC crumbled in the mid-50s. A new number one will launch in April, likely timed as close to April Fool's Day as possible.
Fantastic.
I might seek one out. Yep. Just something kind of neat.
Yeah. I wonder if Carson would like that. He might.
Very possible.
Yeah.
Very
might
possible.
be too young for him. Maybe not. We've got some free comic book days being thrown out here. I don't know why. Since they're for May, right? Why are they out here now? Why are they on this list? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. Another Goosebumps book. I don't know how well the first one was received. Not well, I don't think. We are in Dynamite, right?
Yeah.
Did I jump? Should I jump something? And
We did not officially announce we were moving to Dynamite, but
Yeah.
let's head on down to Dynamite.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, let's head on down to IDW.
Oh, I was in IDW. We were in Dynamite, weren't we? No, I skipped
Yes.
both of them. God, what am I
Oh,
doing?
for crying out loud, dude.
It's like my first one or something.
Man, it's depressing when I click on the front of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and don't recognize anything about anything. Don't even any turtles on that.
No turtles.
Huh.
That Eastman cover is not bad, though.
That is nice.
I'm surprised you're not getting these. That's classic Eastman. That cover is awesome.
I have several classic Eastman. Big fan, but not doing them all.
This is Kingdom of the Rats Part 1. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 81.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom of the Rats Part 1. New York City is in the ruins after the Triceraton invasion. Various groups jockey for control in the power vacuum. There's one who doesn't care about power, only chaos, the Rat King. Will the TMNT be able to stop him from doing it? This would have been a good jumping on point for me to sample, and I should have done it.
Because the Rat King's going to affect Splinter. Because he's a rat.
Yeah, dang it. This would have been a good one to get.
Mm-hmm. I recommend the Eastman cover because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I didn't know he was co-scripting these now.
Yep.
It's kind of neat.
All right, Drew. Anything else?
No, let's go to my beloved Image.
Let's head on down to Image. Drew, you take the first number one in Crude number one.
I shall. This is Steve Orlando, and with art by Gary Brown. Orlando's done some mediocre DC work, but I have read the preview pages and liked what I read. Gary Brown, of course, had a long run on what was that book on Dark Horse that I love so much? Wasn't The Massive? The Massive.
Uh-huh.
I really loved that. His art was fantastic throughout. So this is one that I'm interested in. I didn't go very heavy on it, but now that I've read the pages, I'm a little more optimistic about what it can be.
There you go. And I, of course, will take Dead Hands number one. My boy Kyle Higgins, who I really enjoyed his Nightwing run. Not as much his run on the Image book Cowl. A little too labor union-y, but I digress. Cold War Relics Part 1. Carter Carlson was a highly decorated operative during the Cold War. But in the fall of 1991, as the Soviet Union collapsed, Carter discovered a secret that not only changed his life, but also threatened the course of history. Now as the mysterious Dead Hand, threatens to the end of the world. Once again, the only thing standing in his way is the relationship between an old spy and a little boy. That came out weird.
At the second issue of Dry County by Rich Tommaso. And the first issue was great. I think it's going to go, I've heard it's going to go in a different direction, but the first issue was like almost like a rom-com, meet cute type of thing. And it was really fantastic. And now I think it's going to go more gangsters and stuff. But if it's as well written as the first issue, I'm excited for it.
Very cool.
Second issue of Gideon Falls as well, the Jeff Lemire book. I enjoyed the first one. It wasn't as wonderful as Royal City was or Black Hammer, but it was still really strong, and it's got a Chang cover B.
There you go. Oblivion Song number 2 by Kirkman. We of course talked about the big numbers on number 1.
And you said that's not even really all the number ones, right?
Yeah, whatever that is, they overprinted on purpose because they guaranteed not to go back for a second print, which means there's probably at Diamond there are stacks and stacks and stacks.
We're not a fan of that practice.
No.
We like to cover Bs, or second prints,
and scarcity is key.
And scarcity is key, so not a good practice.
But there's not going to be a lot of number 2. 2's always the lowest print run.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you got some of those coming in.
Yeah, get one. Make sure you have one of those.
And really, I mean, Walking Dead could fall off a cliff at any point now. It's really getting long in the tooth. It's been around for a long time. I'm still loving it, but
hold your tongue.
Yeah, I still love it. But this could be something special. So yeah, you gotta keep getting these.
Yep. Anything else in Image, good sir?
No, I don't think so.
Let's see what the Mighty Marvel has in store. Of course, Avengers been selling like hotcakes, coming out every single week.
Yeah, it has been doing really well. Surprised me.
Yeah.
Got a Captain America 700. The end of that Out of Time storyline, which was really cool. We have the new writer for Champions on 19. The last issue of I just read Champions 18 not that long ago, and wonderful ending to Mark Waid's run. He put all his toys back in the box and is passing the torch. I hope Jim Zub doesn't screw it up, because this has been a fun comic. And I'm going to give him a chance, but, man, he's on a short leash.
There you go. Domino number 1, Drew. I jumped in on this. Gail Simone writing, Greg Land.
Good call.
On the cover.
Yeah,
David
good call.
Baldean on art. I'm sorry. Man, I really wanted the J. Scott Campbell cover, but I couldn't do the reach. It was just too expensive. But this Domino reboot looks pretty interesting, and I am promising to read the first arc.
Very cool. Exiles number 1 launches. So Black Bolt ended, which was Saladin Ahmed's other book. He's ending Black Bolt, hopping onto this Exiles thing with Javier Rodriguez and a cover by David Marquez, introducing the all-new Valkyrie. Don't blink, the Exiles are back. Fan favorite X-Man Blink once joined a team destined to save not just the Earth, but the entire multiverse. And now her teleporting talents are needed once again. I'm going to give it a shot because I like Black Bolt so much. But again, I'm not really interested in that character, but I wasn't really interested in Black Bolt when I started reading it either. So I'll give him a shot.
Thanos 18. This is already out, isn't it? Or it's not already? No, I've seen this cover. This is already out.
Is this a second print?
It's not labeled a second print, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I thought it was already out too. Not much else.
April 11th. Nope. Comes out this week. So At long last, Thanos wins. When there is nothing left to kill, death comes.
Get it, because it's
Just
you got to get it.
Yep.
Is it that's the final issue?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
True Believers Infinity Gauntlet. For $1, get them. These things have moved well. I mean, it's just $1. You could probably make 2 immediately if you wanted to, or at least just say you're in that club and have it.
Yeah.
Venomized, blue, red. Ooh, red. Of course, Tom Taylor writing X-Men Red. Hate Machine Part 3.
Pretty good. It's been pretty good. This first 2 have been fun.
There you go.
Of course, it's Tom Taylor. What do you expect?
Well, this is true. Anything else in the Star Wars realm or Thrawn or anything, Drew?
I like it.
But nothing.
I don't think there's anything specky in there, but you never know. I've been so wrong so many times.
We haven't really been on Star Wars, unfortunately. There's not been anything really since what's her face? Yeah, whose name I can't even remember. Afra was the only real.
Yeah.
All right, Drew. Let's head on to the back half. Let's check and look at our Onis, our Black Masks, our Aftershocks.
You were interested in Brothers Dracul, and I skipped out on it.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I like that kind of thing. Cullen Bunn, of course. Cullen Bunn's been doing a heck of a job. He's did the Deadpool run that I ran. He's going to be doing Venom coming up. So this is, of course, the legend of Vlad the Impaler, who eventually becomes what we currently know as Dracula. Vlad Tepes and all that stuff. Is the stuff of nightmares, the inspiration of the most iconic of monsters, Dracula. Vlad tortured and murdered thousands of victims. But what turned him into such a depraved killer? The truth lies in his teenage years, when Vlad and his brother Radu were held hostage by the Ottoman Empire. So, just kind of an origin story of kind of the man who eventually becomes known as Dracula. That sounded pretty rad.
Yeah. I may have missed the boat on that.
Yeah.
Red 5 Comics is putting out something called Fractured Mind #1, written by James Gillart, with art by David Anton Gamas. A serial killer known only as the Crippler has been terrorizing a small town, abducting teenage girls who are never heard from again. Never until Christy Lawrence escapes from his clutches. Now she's Detective Johnson and Stevenson's only clue to finding the Crippler. But first, it means discovering Christie's own dark secrets. I'm in. I like it. Red 5 does some cool stuff, so I'm going to check that out.
There you go.
Hey, there's a Minky Woodcock girl who handcuffed Houdini issue #4. I thought it was a 3-issue miniseries and had already ended.
Hey, that's weird.
I am wrong. I could have swore it was a 3-issue miniseries. Man. Guess not. It says 4/4. That's why it ended so abruptly. Now I know. There's a second printing of Rick and Morty Presents The Vindicators.
Called it.
That is the first appearance of Pickle Rick in comics, and second printings probably has some value. I missed the boat on that one. There's Season of the Snake from Titan Comics, written by Serge Lehmann, with art by Jean-Marie Michaud, and a cover by Simon Roy. It's
what's that? Stanix Press.
Statics, yeah, that's another imprint they do. Statics Press, and seems to be more fantasy sci-fi stuff.
Gotcha.
And the intersection order is key. Having connected solar systems to one another through a series of space tunnels, humans have managed to conquer the universe. But long before humans dominated, there were native species, and after thousands of years, something is waking up. I bet it's a snake.
Okay, Drew, here's where I'm going to read you this. Super Mansion #1. Did you read about this?
I did not.
Okay, so this is based on the Emmy-nominated web-based animated show airing on Crackle.
Crackle.
Now featured on Adult Swim, with the vocal talents of Bryan Cranston, Christopher Pine, Keegan-Michael Key, Jillian Bell, Yvette Nicole Brown, and Zeb Wells.
Okay.
Produced by Seth Green.
And you gonna get it?
I'm trying to think. These haven't really done.
No.
Yeah, might be worth grabbing a flyer on the maybe the Cover B's the TV show homage one.
Okay.
Might be something neat there. I don't know anything about Rothic Press or Theory of Magic 1, the new printing.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird with the kind of launching all 4 issues or something.
Looks like it. Yeah.
Same day. It's kind
of they're doing issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, and issue 5.
Oh well, we don't. Who needs an issue 4?
Yeah, that's right. Anything else, Drew? Oh, Sea of Thieves #2. I'm grabbing that one.
Oh yeah.
I've been enjoying playing my Sea of Thieves.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it not? You said that's co-op, right?
Yep. You got to have 4 people on a ship. It's just how it works.
But they can be anywhere. You can play online, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Do we care about Pink Panther versus the Inspector? Those things don't hit anything, so
I don't think so. No.
That one. All right, Drew. This is the point of the podcast where I ask what your pick of the week is. What is your one book that you need to go into your LCS this coming Wednesday as they open and say, "I want my copy of."
A lot of good candidates this week. I'm going to go with Thanos 18. Thanos has been very, very good to me, and I'm going to keep riding that train.
There you go. My gut wants to say grab that Mad Magazine #1 just because I didn't even know about it. I had to look it up. But I don't. Again, I'm just kind of guessing on that kind of thing. So
yeah, it's a magazine. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. A $6 magazine. I don't know what that standard. I don't know if people will go back. I don't know if it being in a diamond order will kickstart it or what. There's a lot more questions than answers there, unfortunately. I'm saying Domino #1.
You're saying Domino #1. Okay.
Yep. But while I'm there, I'm also making sure I grab Dead Hand #1 and Oblivion Song #2.
and I think I'm still in the Marvel. I'm probably going to pick up a second printing of what was the second printing that was up here? That was
Thanos. No, not Thanos, but
I lost it. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was in DC. I don't know. Forget it. I'm still going to stick with Thanos 18 since I've lost the second printing of whatever.
You made your pick, so that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick up the Brothers Dracul just for a fun, good read in my mind.
And the opportunity to spec out on it, just in case.
But, of course, there's always that. All right. We want to thank you guys for tagging along with Drew and myself through comics originally releasing March 11th, 2018. Of course, Drew's running you down all of our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks, and all that stuff. We want to thank y'all once again and invite you guys to be part of the podcast by sending us any messages or anything on our social medias. Of course, feel free to click a 5-star review and drop one of those in iTunes or any other podcasting devices you guys use. Thank you once again. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.